Okay, here we are back in Legend of Heroes. Trails to Zero. Where we last left off, we arrived in Armorica village, and after that extremely grueling walk, we're finally ready to talk to people. Are you from Crossbell City? That's strange, the bus just departed. Wait, you walked here? I don't get what city dwellers think. I agree. What, you got business with the village headsman? If you're looking for his house, it's the furthest one in the village. If you go along the road, you'll soon find it. So now we know which one to avoid. Everyone out, I live here now. The goodness of this village view is the best treat. Somehow I've gotten sleepy. Maybe I'll creep into the village barn until I'll take a nap. If Derek finds me out, I'll be preached at, so I guess I won't do it. Wuss. The clean water flow, the fish's surfaces reflecting the glittering light of the sun. Marvelous. Alright, I finished satisfying the inner man. Guess it's time to drop the fishing line. Welcome. My first time you're here, right? It's just our slow time period. Take your time, okay? Celia is really cute. Can't have enough of her smile. And that's a repeat. Welcome, you want to drink something? From what I see, you look quite tired. You shouldn't overexert yourself. In this case, you want to eat something? If it's something simple, I could whip it up for you. Cancels confuse. And this is a revive, but this is the thing we can make. It's a little cheaper to buy the ingredients than buying it like that. Starting to look like there's no one in here. Bingo. Mind, you come from Crossbell City as well? We've been staying here since a little time ago. Calm lifestyle with no hustle and bustle of the city. The lifestyle I long for is right here. As I thought, maybe we'll move here. Unbelievable. Countryside everywhere. If we have to, I'd like to move to Michelin. No department stores, no theater, and recently that kind of disturbance happened. I want to go back to Crossbell City. So she repeats her line. Recommend special, country-style omelet rice. Omu rice, huh? Sounds delicious. Recipe is written on there. We don't come across that often. Let's write it down. Let's see. We'll talk to the brats as we go. Misters, who are you? Police? What a slightly depressing reaction. Police, what's that again? This village is too peaceful. The atmosphere is good and nice. Why doesn't something happen like before? These kids are my children. Aren't they cute? Although recently after that happened, I'm a little worried about them letting them play outside. And she just repeats that. Customers, huh? I recommend the honey, our village's specialty. Please buy as much as you like. Excuse me, if you'd like to buy, please inquire at the counter. Till my grandchild is bad at the job, please buy as much as you'd like. Good morning, welcome to our store. I bit my tongue. Welcome to our store. Please, look at what you'd like. Straw hat. Gives you speed plus 5, which is actually kind of tempting, but it's very expensive. Decoration for Lloyd's room. I don't really know if there's a reason to try to get all those. White rice is very friggin' expensive. There's the acerbic tomato. I have a lot of marbled steak, believe it or not. I need a few more of these. Let's get them now. Starting to wonder if this place has a workshop or something so I can put some of these sepith to use. This it? Nope. EP cut. If anyone, I'd probably want to put this on Tio, I think. That's the house we're kind of looking for. We're going to go there last. Actually, we may be going there right now. At this rate, this village probably won't last. What is it? I'm busy now. You have business with the chief? His house is right over there. Let's go over here. Thanks to you, the transaction went flawlessly. I look forward to our next business collaboration. Me too. Although, are you sure you're okay with this price? It's 20% more than that of the other traders. That's because the specialties here received fabulous reviews and praises, so they're well worth the price. Don't worry, I still make enough to be profitable. I see. Thank you so much for your generous help. Please bring your wife and son along next time. I'm sure they'll have a fun and relaxing time here. Thank you, I will. Take care, Chief, until we meet again. See you again. Please excuse me. That person just now. Looks like a traitor. Looks like this is the Chief's house. Who are you? Apologies for the intrusion. Are you the chief of this village by any chance? Indeed I am. My name is Tulta. Are you folks tourists? No. We're here to investigate the monster damage that took place recently. I see. The folks from the Guardian Force came over a few times already. But they weren't able to find anything. Gives me more confidence and reassurance now that you guys are here. Guys, could he be thinking... Yeah, that same misunderstanding again. Doesn't surprise me anymore. My apologies, I didn't explain clearly. What do you mean? Unfortunately, we aren't from the Bracer Guild. We're a detective team from the Crossville Police Special Support Section. So you folks are with the Crossville Police. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. It's just that the police rarely come to our village. On the other hand, starting with Sir Arios, bracers come sometimes. I see. That old man, so popular yet so dedicated to his job. So, Chief Tulta? The reason we're here is exactly as we explained earlier. If you don't mind, can you please give us details with regard to the recent monster damage? Alright. It took place about 3 weeks ago on a night of the new moon. A pack of monsters sneaked into our village and marred all the crops. Livestock, fruit, and wheat of every household were damaged to some degree. I heard. There were no witnesses, right? Correct. Unlike people who live in the city, folks here sleep quite early. We have to get up very early for farm work, so most of us were sound asleep. And when we got up the following morning, all we saw were footprints and damage left by the monsters. I see. So that's how you came to know they were wolf-type monsters. The footprints left at the scene belonged to canine species, and folks from the Guardian Force happened to patrol our area later that day, so they searched the surrounding perimeter just to be safe. But no traces of wolf-type monsters were found. I see, so it's just what the investigation report described. Exactly. 3 weeks have passed, yet we've yet to experience other damages. To be honest, I thought it never happened again. But it turns out other locations were damaged instead. Yeah. By the way, it's kinda cool to see the village so chill and calm after a monster attack. Aren't the losses pretty significant? No, it wasn't that much bad. The loss per household was relatively small. Really? The total loss is around 100,000 Mira. But no matter how I downplay this, a loss is still a loss. It was a stressful time for everyone. Thankfully, we just successfully completed a good business deal. So most of our losses have been recovered. A good business deal. Could it be with that guest just now? Yeah, he's a trader from Crossbell City who has maintained good relations with us over the years. He raised his purchasing price after hearing about the damages. Dear me, I'm really grateful. I see. So he's a trader. No wonder he dresses so formal and stuff. Well, and considering Crossbell's situation, these kind of damages we got are probably negligible. Huh? I'm sorry, what do you mean by that? I talk too much. Sorry, folks, forget what I said. Jeez, Chief. You're making us more curious now, you know? Indeed. Don't leave us hanging like that. That's true. It's just some mindless babbling from an old man. Still interested? Yes, please tell us everything you know. With the current situation, it's hard to know where we can find useful clues. If you say so. Have you folks heard of the Divine Wolf? The Divine Wolf? The God of Wolves? I don't believe such a term exists in the database. Just as I thought. In other words, the tale is long lost in the city, eh? Such a shame. So this Divine Wolf you spoke of, what is it exactly? It's an ancient race of beasts that reside in Crossbell. People say that they have a long life... They have a long lie of white hair? That may be a term I'm not familiar with, I'm not entirely sure. And wolf-resembling physiques. You mean that... Are they like the monsters involved in the damage? There's no evidence that they're the culprits, but it wouldn't be surprising even if they were. The old tale has it that these divine wolves are not your average monsters. They're holy beasts sent by the goddess herself. Long ago, the land of Crossbell was caught in some bloody conflicts. While watching over the foolishness of men, occasionally, by a whim, they helped the weak. Seems there were beasts like that. There was such a legend. Now that you mention it, I did remember reading fairy tales on some white wolf a long time ago. If I remember correctly, the book was in the city library. The legend probably served as the foundation for that fairy tale. However, Crossbell has changed in the last few decades. It became a trade center heavily influenced by both the Empire and Republic, and it left its past memories behind. And slowly the Divine Wolves vanished. Man, I think they were probably fed up with mankind. My thoughts exactly. Anyway, that is how the Divine Wolves disappeared into the gap of time. If they came back now, their appearance could be like a warning bell for things to come. A warning bell? It's probably inappropriate for me to say this, but I feel that Crossbell City is expanding far too aggressively. I was left astounded at its changes when I occasionally took the bus to visit. It's as if people are constantly pursuing the present so much that they've lost their leisure time to reminisce the past. That's how I see it anyway. I'm speechless. Oh my, I don't mean to preach or anything. It's just that perhaps the damages were supposed to be some kind of warning from them. If you interpret it this way, it kind of makes sense. Looks like you guys took the story too seriously. Just ignore what I said. They're nothing but a bunch of random rants. Not at all. The information you provided is truly valuable. I think I might have a new angle to tackle this case. Good then. You guys are here to conduct an investigation. Is there anything I can do to help? Let's see. Would it be possible for us to ask the residents about the incident? Yes, if it's just you four, it should be fine. It's just right noon, and most of them should be back from the fields outside. So we have to talk to everyone again, don't we? At any rate, an inquiry. Even police work is hard, like that at the Bracers. The fact that it happened, as you know, in the dead of night. I don't know if you'll find important information, but you're free to ask around the people of the village. At this hour, even those who went out for farm work are back. There are many who have their lunch at the ash tree inn near the river, so why don't you try going there if you like? Like my husband, I was fast asleep the night of the incident, so I don't think I can be of much help. Why don't you ask the people who live closer to the place which had the most damage? What suffered damages were the apiary, cattle, and field crops. Man, that apiary already reminds me of Citizens of Earth, and the other game came out the day of this recording. Wonder if it's a sign. Maybe you should ask the people who manage those. And who knows, maybe this apiary actually has apes. Divine wolves, huh? We just heard something really interesting. Yeah. Whether or not they exist is still a mystery. However, we can probably count them as a potential culprit. Saying that is just like you. Indeed, the footprints left at the scene should confirm the existence of those wolf-type monsters. And then they ended up disappearing somewhere without leaving a trace. It's really strange. If they left footprints here, you should be able to track them down. You're right, this is also an unsolved mystery. To think they could shake off the Guardian Force's investigations. Although if they somehow manage to squeeze into a steep, treacherous path that's beyond our reach, there's not much humans can do. So no point thinking too hard about it, huh? Yeah. Let's start gathering intel. Plus, it's already noon. We should grab some lunch while we're here. That's right. Thanks to having traveled such a long distance by foot, I'm pretty hungry now. Me too. In that case, let's walk to the inn and collect whatever info we can along the way. No one out there anymore? Seems the chief was speaking about divine wolves or something. Even though he's my father, his way of thinking is simply old that's troublesome. I really wish he did something to have our village grow. The fact that many livestock suffer damage is the result of upon by the lack of defense awareness. As I thought this village must change. The chief, father's way of doing things are old. Okay, no one here. Recently, the farm was ravaged by monsters. Our precious crops and cattle were damaged too. There are footprints of wolf-type monsters, but it appears not to be a species from around these parts. Maybe it was done by the divine wolves that the chief mentioned. Wolf-type monsters that ravaged the farm seem not to be a species from around these parts. My husband works in the fields a little outside the village. He's back for lunch now. With the recent monster damages, no matter what. With the recent monster damage matter, I'd want him not to go too far away. I've been worried since that happened. Been paying attention not to take my eyes away from the children, too. That's a repeat. Did some Mr. Wolves do something bad? Pooley doesn't remember exactly. Just before when I was playing, Mom came with me. Has this something to do with some Mr. Wolves appearing? Heard from the village headman that the culprits are some divine wolves, right? Whatever, there's nothing to worry about. If he enters the village again, I, the Great Camille, will teach him a lesson. Since I'm going to become a bracer in the future, I have to at least protect this village's peace. So, her name is Camille, not Cecile. Just wanted to verify that. In the wolves' disturbance, our apiary was damaged too. Even though our store didn't suffer much damage, it still had some loss. This whole incident felt awkward when you think through the details. I mean, if monsters were behind it, shouldn't you expect more damage? Guess we were lucky. I should really thank the goddess for her protection. By the way, that Herald. In this most tough time due to the wolf-type monsters' damages, he's stocking up our goods at a higher price. In trading, sincerity and faith are the most important things. Although he's still young, he's considerate. The incident on the night of the new moon? You mean the one that everyone's been fussing over lately? I was sleeping at the time, so I don't remember much. Plus, I heard the losses have already been covered, so we should just move on and not worry about it. Yeah, it's tasty. Your omu rice is the best, Goffin. My effort isn't in vain after hearing that praise of yours. Sorry to interrupt. Can I help you? We're from the CSPD. We'd like to know if you have anything to share with regard to the recent wolf monster damage. That incident 3 weeks ago? Well, it was kind of a coincidence because everyone slept early that night just so they could hit the farm early the next morning. And so the monsters appeared as if they were waiting for that timing. Anyway, we were unlucky. Maybe I can only put it that way. It's about the same information I can provide. Guess you also said they didn't see anything. I see. Guess we don't have decisive evidence then. Well, it's the nature of investigation. Answers will only emerge when you're persistent and patient with your intel gathering. Anyway, can we take a break here? I'm starving. You guys haven't eaten yet? Well, this is a good opportunity for you guys to try our to get our restaurant's special omelet rice. Bill's on me. We can't do that. We can't let you pay for our meals. It's okay, just think of it as my way to make friends. Or treat it as a marketing strategy. Next time you visit the village, just drop by a restaurant for lunch. So generous. Lloyd, since he's staying it like that, let's accept his kind offer. Agreed. Okay, alright. We gladly accept the treat. Excellent. Why don't you guys find yourselves an empty table while I cook up your meals? After a few minutes, 4 freshly made omurice dishes were brought to Lloyd's table. After finishing the unique yet simple country-style dish, Lloyd's party was completely rejuvenated from the exhaustion of the long hike. Great, now they're sleeping on the job. At lunchtime, the people who went to do farm work come back. Can't say the business is roaring. After all, it's a countryside like this. I'm happy to run a store just for the regulars to come here. When that happened, instantly all families had to rise up early the next day for work. We all ended up falling asleep early. So the monsters appeared as if they were waiting for that timing. Repeat, basically. Info on those wolf-like monsters? Farm fields I'm in charge of were also damaged to some extent. Yet, since no one has seen them, I guess they were maybe smart monsters. Mr. Harold said he'd be going back home soon. Don't you think Mr. Harold is wonderful? He's so kind and sincere. Can't believe he's already married. He even has a kid. I envy his wife so much. If you're looking for Mr. Harold, he's in the back room on the 2nd floor. Wonder when he'll come back next time. You guys are... You're the gentleman from before. You must be the trader from Crossbell City, right? I guess you heard that from the village chief. Nice to meet you all. I'm Harold Hayworth. I run a small trading business in Crossbell City. Are you guys here to purchase something too? No, we're... Lloyd's party introduced themselves and explained the reason they came to Armorica village. So the last name Hayworth is making me... I think that's a reference to something, but I can't place it offhand. It might be one of the students in the Thor's Academy, maybe? Not sure. My apologies. So you guys are from the CSPD. Special Support Section. I'm pretty sure I've seen it somewhere before. Oh, the Crossbell Times. So you've read that article. We're very embarrassed. There's no need to be. You guys are working hard for a division that just formed. That article, it was written with a little tinge of irony for sure, but I think it acknowledges your efforts in a friendly and affirmative fashion. Is that so? If you read the article from a friendlier angle, I suppose you can interpret it like that. I think it's because we know the person who wrote it. That's why it's hard for us to accept its content. Anyway, wolf-type monsters. I heard similar things took place at St. Ursula Medical College. I'm a little worried. Mr. Hayworth, do you have partnership with the medical college as well? Yes, I wholesale supplies to them. Rumor has it that they have an injured person there. Also, didn't damages occur at the mining village too? Yeah, the Guardian Force is conducting a search there now. I see. I think I should pay that place a visit too. By the way, I heard that when you bought the local specialties here, you were very generous at the purchase price you offered. Did you hear that from the village chief? I wasn't doing this for charity or anything. The local specialties from this village, especially their honey, received excellent reviews during recent months. I just wanted to use this opportunity to leave a good impression on the residents here. It's just a silly little marketing strategy. Not bad. Building client trust is the top priority in any business, I think. Your businesses must be running very smoothly then. No, I still have much to learn. I'm just a greenhorn in the business world. I'm really sorry. Wish I had more useful information to give you. No, please, don't let it bother you. We should be the ones apologizing for taking up so much of your time. Not at all. Best of luck to your investigation, guys. No one here. It's ridiculous that the wolf-type monsters can just sneak in like that. Such an incident would never happen in Crossbell City. Screw this. I wonder why Mom would decide to move to such a place. That disturbance really scared me. Couldn't believe what I saw the next morning. It was so quiet and peaceful that night. I know we're living in the countryside, but it's still strange to see monsters wandering into human territories. The night when the wolf-type monster damage occurred? Let's see. It's been 3 weeks already. Sorry, I don't remember much. That's a repeat. Such nice, beautiful today. Hello, are you guys here to fish as well? No, we're from the Crossbell Police. We're here to gather information on the monster disturbance that took place 3 weeks ago. You don't look like you're from Armorica Village, but do you have any clues or leads? It's about that? If I remember correctly, I was trying to catch a snake eel, so I wasn't in the village at the time. I did hear stories after the incident, though. Is that so? Can't be helped. Sorry, I couldn't be much help to y'all. By the way, I think you travel all the way here for work. You cops have it tough, too. Oh yeah, you folks fish? It's rare to come across a day as beautiful as this. Would be a huge loss if you don't sit back and enjoy the sun for a bit. Novice rod. 10 worms, 10 dumplings. Should give you this too. Fishing notebook. This notebook is like a companion for a fisherman. You can record every single detail in the fish you catch. Is this alright? You're giving me so many things. No worries. The Fisherman's Guild I'm a member of is an organization that promotes the culture of fishing. It's our habit to provide a set of fishing gear to those who express their interest in fishing. We've been to that guild before, so it's an organization that does such activities. Not bad, man. We can do something refreshing as a break between jobs. Right. Doing so will give us a chance to relax our body. Resting our bodies is indispensable. Tio, Ellie, you're still tired, right? Although ever since that time Guy taught me how to fish, I never had the opportunity to try it again. After Guy joined the police, we didn't fish anymore, but maybe I should give it a whirl here. If you're gonna fish, it's a pretty good spot in Armorica Village, too. See that jetty over there? Many fish seem to gather around it today, too. The jetty, huh? Thank you very much. Ripples spread on the water surface indicate that it's a fishing spot where you can fish. After investigating a fishing spot, choose a rod and bait available, and Lloyd will fish. Exclamation mark pops up, press circle, catch the fish. Sometimes the fish can get away. Data of the fish caught is recorded in the fishing notebook. And it's time for everyone's favorite event. Looks like we can fish here. Novice rod, worms. So is it on his head or the water that we see the exclamation? Armorica carp. 10 Winsepith. So unlike Cold Steel, it looks like there is not a limit of how many times you can fish per watering spot. It may be limited by your bait. Another arm. Ah, tender white meat. That was actually good news. Saves me 200 Mira. Took me a moment to remember what their currency is called. Another Armorica carp, another tender white meat. Let's try the dumpling and see if we can catch something different. Nope. Okay, I think we got everything over there. Farm work requires love and dedication. We treat each crop like our own child. When our crops were destroyed, I'm sure you understand how much it pained us to see that, right? Crops in which we put hard work to make them grow damaged. To us, it was like our children had been hurt. Whatever you say, crazy lady. He's the last one, I think. His name is there twice. Morning after the incident, my entire truck was covered in scratch marks. It's there again. It makes me fucking mad every time I think about it. And a third time. The truck's an irreplaceable asset to our village. How dare they? Anyway, these scratch marks. They definitely belong to wolf-type monsters, alright. When I get agitated, my accent comes out. Why only me? It never happens to my sister Maria. I was wondering if you could examine it, but I guess not. That's everyone. Should we end our inquiry for now for this? I guess. Didn't quite meet our expectations, though. We couldn't hear anything useful at all. Aside from the eyewitness information, I thought there would have been at least someone who heard the wolves howling. Right. Anyway, we've covered everything we can investigating this village. We should pay a visit to the medical college next. Let's head back to Crossbell for now. Okay. I have no desire to walk all the way back on foot again. Me neither. It's too much of a bother. Guess it can't be helped. Let's go to the bus stop and check when the next one will come. And by check the bus stop, we mean go shopping. Give me your loot, old man. Customers. Though it's son, you need any books? Hero gave me this as an extra when he came to restock his inventories. Unfortunately, I have no habit of reading. Instead of keeping it in my hands, the book will probably be happier if it's handed over to people who actually enjoy reading. So right there he's complaining about how incompetent his kid is. Is that supposed to be his kid or his grandkid? I was trying to remember, but I can't... I don't remember what word it was he used. Next bus should come in about 30 minutes. Come on, another one of those not long, but not short type of wait times. There ain't enough time for me to head back to the inn to grab something to drink. Even if there is enough time, drinking on duty is inappropriate anyway. Tio? Something the matter? Nothing. I just thought I heard something from far in the distance. Sorry. I'll try maximizing my sensor sensitivity. Please remain a little quiet. Alright.
Access.
Sorry, it was probably my imagination. Don't worry about it. What kind of sound was that you first heard? I felt like someone was howling in the distance. That must be... the wolf-like monsters? No, perhaps I misheard it. Could it be an error from my sensor? What should we do? Try searching the surrounding area? Let's see. Tia, what's the reception range of that sensor? I think... should be around 50 surge. Although, when a sound travels by wind, the range can be boosted several-fold. That far? In that case, it would be difficult to determine where the sound came from. Yeah, I'll just have to keep our ears open for the time being. You guys don't doubt my judgment? You did hear it, right? Based on my subjective perception, yes. But I heard something normal humans wouldn't hear. Wouldn't you normally think that I'm lying, or being it just my imagination? Perhaps. But we all know you're amazing. Petite? Supposed to be a play on the words petite, but... yeah, I guess it's supposed to be petite. Eh? Plus, there's no reason you would lie. Even though we just met recently, you've already helped us many times. I don't think there's even the slightest reason to doubt you. I'm sorry for asking such a weird question. Please forget about it. Sure, but... guys? Mr. Harold, are you heading back to Crossbell City too? Yes, we are. You as well, Mr. Harold? Yes, I just got some souvenirs for my wife and son. So you're all planning to take the bus? When's the next ride? It's about half an hour based on the schedule. Want to join us while we wait? Actually, 5 in total, that barely fits. Why don't you hop in my car if you'd like? I can take you back to Crossbell City. So one in the passenger seat, 2 in the back, and Tio in the trunk. Okay, it's bigger on the inside than it looks like from the outside. Thank you for giving us a ride. My pleasure. I was heading back to town too. Must be awesome to drive your own car. They're still pretty pricey, eh? A personal vehicle this class is going to cost around 800,000 Mira. 800,000? That's very expensive. It's a tool for work when you're a businessman. I can take the bus, but the transit time becomes a real bottleneck. So in the end I had to bite the bullet and buy this vehicle. I'm sure there are reasons behind this purchase other than work. For example, trying to get home sooner to see your wife and son. You nailed it. I see, and you bought them gifts too, it seems. So this is what people refer to as the perfect husband and father. Not at all, I'm hardly one. I always go on business trips leaving my wife and son at home. How old is your son? He's 5. He's not old enough for Sunday school, but he is full of curiosity. That desire to ask and learn just about everything around him sure gives his mom a big headache. I see. You seem to be a happy family. Of course. Plus, we have to be happy. It's nothing. Sorry. I was just talking to myself. Look, we're about to leave the old path now. I need to make a right turn here. Make sure you sit still. Him being here is just a coincidence. Don't read too much into it. Thank you for giving us a ride all the way here. It's nothing, it was just on the way. Everyone, please do your best in your investigations. I'll be cheering for you all. Thank you. Since you're cheering for us, please call the Triple S if you're ever in need. That's right, if possible before contacting the guild. You two. That's too blunt. We need to promote ourselves every now and then, too. Business activity is a serious matter. I understand. If some trouble will ever happen, I'll come to you for advice without reserve. Right, could you have use for something like this? This could be unnecessary for you policemen, but... Crossbell City Map. This looks like a city map. This is something aimed at tourists that I put together last month. Please use it too if you like. Could be really useful while doing patrols in the city. Thank you very much, Mr. Harold. We'll make good use of this. It's nothing special, though. Well then, this is goodbye. Do your best with work, okay? He was such a nice man. That's right. Seems he could be a match for Lloyd with his soft-heartedness. Hey there. Even so, he's working as a trader. Think that only being soft-hearted would be unfit for the job. Mr. Harold seems to be doing a steady business while regularly competing with the local industries. Or cooperating, I mean. It's said that there's a lot of crossbow traders making ploys with international dealings. He could be a rare existence among them. I see, that's the way it is, eh? There are honest men like him, but there are also those like Ravashenko, too. That's how Crossbell is nowadays. That's right. That's why I think that all of current Crossbell is not bad. I think that too. Well then, it's afternoon. Should we go to our next destination? Yes, St. Ursula Medical College, right? It's in the direction of the south exit, right? Yeah, there's a bus stop directly south of here. I hear that the bus comes in every 30 minutes. That's pretty convenient. Whatever, anyway, let's go take a look. Yeah. Medical college, eh? I can finally meet Sister Cecile. The city map can now be used. While inside the city, you can use the start button to display a map of the entire area. Press start button again to display a map showing the entire state. Furthermore, if you're inside the city, you may use this map as a shortcut to quickly travel from place to place. You may select the area you want to go to from the areas listed on the left side of the screen. However, beware that depending on the situation, there will be times where you cannot use it. So is that actually... it's translated. Let's look around Crossbell. That Ryu, don't tell me he wants to keep it, just as once I want to understand what I'm saying. In Crossbell, there's even 5 famous fashion magazines. The 3 are published in Crossbell, while the other 2 are magazines from the Empire and the Republic. I check them all scrupulously. Nothing else here. The sports section, misters. Everyone, it's been a while. Yes, 1 week circa. So, what are you up to? What about that kitten? She's quite small, maybe 6 months old. Are you the one keeping her? No, actually, we found her in West Street. Seems she was lost. She was a lot weaker, but we gave her food, you know. And as you can see, she's regained her health. Amazing, right? But... Ryu, why don't we ask the support section if... That you mean? You know, that we... What is that? We have a request for you. Could you listen to us? Lloyd and friends heard the whole story about the kitten found by Ryu and Henry. And then... You want us to search for her owner? Yes, the thing is that when we found her, she had a choker. Because she seemed to be suffering when she was weak, we took it off her, but the truth is that maybe she has an owner. For some reason, she didn't quite take to us. I see. It's true that if she has an owner, he'd probably be worried by now. We have to return her, even for the kitten's sake. Have you some clues about her owner? About that, Henry was wondering if it couldn't be a child. The choker she had seemed handmade. Seemed more of a thing a child like us would make instead of an adult. That means that our inquiry will have to focus on about households with children. Seems it'll take a lot of time. What do we do, Lloyd? Let's see. Alright, we'll be a little late if going to St. Ursula's Hospital, but let's search for the kitten's owner. First of all, we have to take the kitten with us. Mr. Lloyd, she's a feeble kitten. Isn't it too much having her walk with us? No, I think it'll be fine. Can I? Yes? Alright, come here. Lloyd took the kitten in his arms and gently placed her inside his jacket. Seems it went well. I wonder, though I think we can move safely. Ain't you good? You're quite skilled. It appears it went surprisingly smoothly. About the inquiry, are you alright if we focus it on the households with children, right? Yes, and since the place we found her was near the residential street, maybe she went astray from there. Either way, it's a bedtown community. Let's try at each house that has children. Searching for the kitten's owner. So yes, we have to do this, folks. If I post this to the internet without helping the cat, to say there's going to be a lynch mob will be an understatement. So actually, let's see. There was the little girl in the one apartment back here. Let's check her out real fast, even though, like, I kind of rule her out already. Can I talk with you for a moment? I was wondering if you're keeping a cat, or you know someone who is. It's about the kitten Ryu said he found. Told me too, but I have no idea. Can't deny the possibility that father and sis could be keeping her, but... Those two are engineer freaks. I can't imagine they have any interest in living things. Wendy's little sister is sharp. Well, at any rate, she seems to know no one. Cecile, because of her job, even the weekend she won't come home. No, and it seems that Sister Cecile is busy with many things. More of that, she said I'd like her to come home once in a while. She should at least come home to eat her meals. So here and the street over, we have to look for the kids. In case you're wondering, that chest is accessible from the geofront from the look of it. That's going to be a later in the game type thing, so it's going to sit there taunting me. After I loot the thing, I'm going to have to burn it just to send a message. Good ideas. My husband's bad habit has begun again. This way I can't even make cooking preparations. Table's out of alignment from the center of the room. This won't do. I must measure it again. Let's try going over here. And I believe the top floor is empty. You know, a theme park was opened up in Michelin. Theme park was made by IBC's something or another. Adopts even the latest building techniques. I want to see it too, at least once. Thought there was a brat that lived here. It's locked. I'm fussy about throwing out the garbage. You must properly separate it. However, the city's collection seems adequate. Sometimes they confuse the separate garbage and take it away. It makes me mad. So that was a bust. I'm not sure there's even anywhere here then that might have it. Because this is the special support section. So that one's out. I highly doubt the bakery would count. Okay, I had to stop. I got interrupted. I sat here for about an hour, so my in-game clock is screwed up, just so you guys know. Can I speak with you for a moment? Are you perhaps keeping a cat? It's a kitten and... No, but... Give me this kitten? I could keep it, but our home is a business, so I don't think that'll work. I'm sorry, we're taking the kitten to its rightful owner. Is that so? That's good, please do that. Looks like this house was a miss. I don't know if I've ever been in here, have I? Greeted Momo at the front, but after fidgeting, she ran away. Momo's always shy. I haven't seen Ryu and Henry lately. I think they always played around in front of here. Where could they have gone? Okay, I think I have looked at this. Anyway. Now that we have our answer, we need to get back on the kitten case. Kids... I think this is another one of those things that ends when you talk to all the kids, so let's just go looking for them. Okay, the old lady's not a crazy cat lady, so we can't pawn off the kitten here. That looks familiar. Hayworth residence. Sorry the business negotiations took long. Guess that Colin is doing fine. Yes, he's having fun drawing pictures again. Said he wants a new drawing album. I see, that child is brimming with vitality. Everyone, you're my husband's acquaintances, right? I'm Sophia, Harold's wife. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Everyone, you came. Seems we've interrupted you. Not at all. Right, are you perhaps tired? Please take your time and rest in my home, although I can't offer you much. You said we could rest. We can't take the beds? Do you have a moment? Wonder if you're keeping a kitty, or if you have any idea. Kitty? What kind of cat is it? It's this little one. Lloyd showed the cat from his jacket. I've seen it. Really? Yes, she sometimes walks on the fence. Recently I hadn't seen her. Seems that originally it's a cat from this neighborhood. That means that the possibility of the owner to be in the residential street is high too. Let's search. Thank you, you helped us. Okay, mister, see you again. You know, that kitty sometimes is walking on the fence. Home of the head congressman, you have no reason to visit. Gate's locked. Trying to read what the sign says, but oh well. My parents' home was a very large mansion. There were maids and servants, and I didn't do any housework. Ever since I got married, there have been nothing but little things I have little knowledge of, but my life right now is enjoyable. Looks like there's a little child in this house. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Do you need something? Actually, I'm from the police and I'm doing an inquiry. Aren't you perhaps keeping a cat in this house? No, we aren't. Sunita, do you know something? I don't know anything. I'm reading a book with Father. Could you bother us? So that should be, could you not bother us? A miss, huh? Let's search the neighborhood a little more. We could have overlooked something. Maybe it would be better to go back once. She sounds awfully nervous. We don't keep pets. That you know of. Lloyd, do you want to visit this house? Yeah, the kitten's owner might be here, right? There might be a child around the same age here, too. I don't think so. Oh, right. Someone might be watching this house, so first we should ring the doorbell, I think. Let's do that. What's wrong, lady? You're saying strange things. There's an orbital buzzer. As expected, it's an affluent house. Excuse me, it's the police. We'd like to speak with you for a bit, is that alright? Yes, coming. I'm Helmer, this family's butler. The police, right? Yes, but it's not too important. Does this house keep a cat as a pet? A cat, you say? No, we do not keep any pets in this house. By the way, though I am a cat person, the master and the young miss are on the dog side of things. Is that so? Complete miss, huh? Somehow I need to be careful. Lloyd, we just heard from this person earlier, so isn't this residence fine? If we don't have any business, we shouldn't go in. You're right. Well, we did speak to them, so there's no need to bother them further. That's the geofront over there. So all that's left, I think, is this, which is locked. Is that? Mary? Where have you run off to this time, I wonder? Mary, come out. We heard her story earlier. A girl as small as that going out on her own, eh? Even so, she was acting strange. Oh well, let's call this case unsolvable and call it a day. Last one to the donut shop has to pay. That little girl, just where has she... Are you searching for something? Yes. Could you possibly be searching for a kitten? Lloyd produced a kitten from his jacket. Mary! Thank goodness you're safe. Just where'd you go, goodness? Okay then, as I thought, you were keeping her, weren't you? No, you're wrong. You see, Mary is still a stray cat. A stray, but she has a collar. Though Mary is a stray, she's mine. That's why I gave her a collar. Things have gotten complicated. Actually, though I wanted to keep her at home, I'm certain Father would never allow it. After all, Mary is the criminal who destroyed Father's important documents. Sunita saw her. Mary came in through the window and took an afternoon nap in Father's study. After that, she tore the document to shreds. I'm sorry, Father. I think you should have explained the circumstances to your father, but... At that time, the kitten went away somewhere? So you were searching for her because you were worried. Mystery solved. That was fine reasoning, Lloyd. Well, kittens do what they like, you know. Think it's impossible to get them to behave, yeah? Right, it might be difficult to keep her at your house, but if you like Mary that much, how about first trying to explain the circumstances to your dad? Indeed. We'll also come with you. Shall we speak to your father together? And then afterward, we can do the chalk outline of the kitten's body. Do you want to keep a kitty? So that's what this was. I was worried because lately Sunita acted strangely. For example, she was going out somewhere alone. It teared my documents, but they weren't overly important, so... Then, Father, you aren't mad about Mary? Can we keep Mary at home? Yes, naturally. I'm very happy that the family is growing. However, Sunita, you'll be the one to properly take care of Mary, until she gets bored and moves on to something else. Of course, thank you, Father. Seems that the matter has been settled. I'm glad she has a nice father. Yes, that kitty will be happy too. However, Mr. Lloyd, there was no need for the police to go to this extent, right? I almost had the feeling we had become bracers. You're right. Seems it became an act of mercy. Well, however, we're the special support section. I think it wasn't bad. Let's not disturb them and take our leave. Yeah, let's do that. The last one to the donut shop has to pay. Okay, so we'll go cash this out. I think I need to do one more quest before I can level up again. Gain max rank should be impossible on a first playthrough. So ultimately we'll just cap at rank 2 if we do everything correctly. But I think we need to go to St. Ursula's next, or... I don't remember offhand. All I know is we have to go out the south gate. I'll leave it at that.